நம்ம ஏதாவது டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணோமா? பேஸ்லைன் பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ். பேஸ்லைன் பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ். டிபிஎம் கால்குலேஷன் பார்த்தோமா? இல்ல.
ஆமா சார்.
பார்த்தோமா?
எஸ் சார்.
ஓகே. ஸோ டிபிஎம்ஓ கால்குலேஷன் எப்படி பண்ணோம்? We did it with some GEMS experiment.
எஸ் சார். டிபிஎம்ஓ
பண்ணமா பண்ணலையா? டிபிஎம்ஓ டிஃபெக்ட்ஸ்.
அது பண்ணோம் சார். பண்ணோம் சார். பண்ணோம்.
ஸோ ஜெம்ஸ் சாக்லேட்லாம் வச்சு பண்ணுமா?
இல்ல சார். ஜெம்ஸ் சாக்லேட் பண்ணல சார்.
எதை வச்சு பண்ணோம்? அப்புறம் டிபிஎம் எப்படி தெரிஞ்சது நம்மளுக்கு கால்குலேஷன்?
கால்குலேஷன் வந்து நீங்க சொன்னீங்க சார். அது நான் அதுக்கு பிபிஎம்க்கு டிபிஎம்ஓக்கு டிஃபரன்ஸ் கேட்டேன்ல சார்.
ஆமா. சரி. ஒரு நிமிஷம். I will show you. Small level calculation. நீங்க ஒண்ணு பண்ணிக்கோங்க. மியூட் பண்ணிடுங்க. மியூட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. வீடியோ ஆன் பண்ண முடிஞ்சா வீடியோ ஆன் பண்ணுங்க. I would like to show something to both of you. All right. That will be good. ஏன்னா அதோ நீங்க இருக்கிறீங்கன்னு எனக்கு ஒரு கன்ஃபர்மேஷன் வரும். All right. So இங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா I have one Excel file. So இங்க இப்போ நம்ம can both of ரெண்டு பேருக்கு தெரியுதா? Can both of you can see an Excel file? The calculation is very very simple in the background.
Yes sir.
இப்போ இமேஜின் பண்ணுங்க, நீங்க உங்க கம்பெனில பொதுவா ஒரு நாளைக்கு எத்தனை பீஸ் செக் பண்ணுவாங்க? சாம்பிள் ஒரு எத்தனை பீஸ்? 100 பீஸ் செக் பண்ணுவாங்களா? சொல்லுங்க. ஏதோ நம்பர் 100, 150. சரி, ஒரு 150 பீஸ் செக் பண்றாங்கன்னு வச்சுக்கோம். 150 செக் பண்ணும் பொழுது 12 பீஸ் வந்து டிஃபெக்ட் இருக்கிறதா தெரிய வருது. எத்தனை பீஸ்? 12 பீஸ். இப்போ டிபிஎம் எவ்வளவு வந்திருக்கு உங்களுக்கு?
76,884.
76,884. இதுக்கு பின்னாடி என்ன நடந்திருக்கு அப்படின்னா, இப்போ 150 பீஸ் செக் பண்ணீங்க. 150 பீஸ்ல 12 டிஃபெக்ட் தான் வந்திருக்கு. 150 பீஸ்ல மொத்தமே எத்தனை டிஃபெக்ட் தான் வந்திருக்கு? 12 தான் வந்திருக்கு. இப்போ இதை வச்சு இது டிபிஎம்ஓ கால்குலேட் பண்ணிடுச்சு. இப்போ இன்னொரு பக்கம் வருவோம். இப்போ ஓகே, இப்போ நம்ம இங்க வந்து அதே 150 பீஸ் செக் பண்றோம். ஒரு பீஸ்லயும் நம்ம வந்து எத்தனை கேரக்டரிஸ்டிக்ஸ் செக் பண்றோம்னு ஒரு விஷயம் இருக்கு. கேரக்டரிஸ்டிக்ஸ்னா என்னன்னு தெரியுமா உங்களுக்கு? கேரக்டரிஸ்டிக்ஸ் அப்படின்னா என்ன? எத்தனை விதமான டிஃபெக்டை நம்ம செக் பண்றோம். டயாமீட்டர் செக் பண்ணுவீங்க, லென்த் செக் பண்ணுவீங்க, சர்ஃபேஸ் ஃபினிஷ் செக் பண்ணுவீங்களா?
எஸ் சார்.
டயாமீட்டர், லென்த், சர்ஃபேஸ் ஃபினிஷ். அப்போ டயாமீட்டர், லென்த், சர்ஃபேஸ் ஃபினிஷ் மொத்தம் எத்தனை ஃபீச்சர் வருது? 3 ஃபீச்சர் வருதா? ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட்டுக்கு 3 ஃபீச்சர். இதுக்கு பேர் தான் ஓஎஃப்இன்னு பேர். இதுக்கு பேர் என்ன? ஓஎஃப்இ. ஓஎஃப்இனா ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி ஃபார் எரர். லென்த் சரியில்லைன்னா ரிஜெக்டட், டயாமீட்டர் சரியில்லைன்னா ரிஜெக்டட், சர்ஃபேஸ் ஃபினிஷ் சரியில்லைன்னா ரிஜெக்டட். அப்போ 3 விஷயம் செக் பண்றோம். அப்போ ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி ஃபார் எரர் எவ்வளோ? 3. 150 பீஸ் செக் பண்றீங்க. இதுல வந்து ஒரு மொத்தம் 43 டிஃபெக்ட் ரிப்போர்ட் ஆகுது. எத்தனை டிஃபெக்ட் ரிப்போர்ட் ஆகுது? 43. 43னா 43 பீஸ் ரிஜெக்ட் ஆகல. 43 டிஃபெக்ட் ரிப்போர்ட் ஆகுது. புரியுதா நான் பேசுறது உங்களுக்கு?
புரியுது சார்.
ஆமா, 43 டிஃபெக்ட் தான் ரிப்போர்ட் ஆகுதே ஒழிய 43 பீஸ் ரிஜெக்ட் ஆகல. ஸோ நான் என்ட்ரி போடுறேன். போட்ட உடனே உங்களுக்கு டிபிஎம்ஓ வந்துடுச்சு. இப்போ நீங்க நல்லா கவனிங்க, இந்த கால்குலேஷன் எப்படி வந்ததுன்னு பார்ப்போம். டிஃபெக்ட் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. டிஃபெக்ட் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட்ல எத்தனை டிஃபெக்ட் செக் பண்ணோம் நம்ம? சொல்லுங்க, என்னென்ன ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி இருந்துச்சு?
லென்த், சர்ஃபேஸ், 3 ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி.
லென்த், டயாமீட்டர், அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன சொன்னேன்? சர்ஃபேஸ் ஃபினிஷ். இவ்வளவு விஷயம் இருந்துச்சு. இப்போ இது உங்களுக்கு டிஃபெக்ட் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி 3. டிஃபெக்ட் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி 3. இப்போ சாம்பிள் எவ்வளவு பார்த்தோம்? சாம்பிள்ஸ் எவ்வளவு பார்த்தோம்? 150. கரெக்டா? இப்போ எனக்கு என்ன தெரியணும்னா டோட்டல் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி எவ்வளவுன்னு தெரியும். ஏதாவது ஆன்சர் சொல்ல முடியுமா? டோட்டல் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி எவ்வளோன்னு இருக்கு?
450.
வெரி குட். Number of sample into defects per sample or defect opportunity per sample 450. இந்த 450க்கு தான் என்ன பேரு அப்படின்னா டோட்டல் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. புரியுதா உங்களுக்கு? 450க்கு தான் என்ன பேரு? டோட்டல் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. இப்போ எனக்கு வந்து ஒன்று தெரிஞ்சாகணும். டிஃபெக்ட்ஸ் பர் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. டிஃபெக்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் இந்த ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்லேயே ஆன்சர் இருக்கு. இது ரொம்ப ஈஸியான கேள்வி மாதிரி தான் இல்லையா? டிஃபெக்ட்ஸ் பர் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. ஸோ டிஃபெக்ட்ஸ் பர் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி என்ன சொல்லுங்க பாப்போம். ஈக்குவல் டு டிஃபெக்ட்ஸ் எத்தனை வந்திருக்கு? நமக்கு எத்தனை டிஃபெக்ட்ஸ் வந்திருக்குன்னு சொல்லிருக்கோம்.
3 சார்.
இல்ல மொத்தம் எத்தனை டிஃபெக்ட்? மொத்தம் எத்தனை? 43 டிஃபெக்ட் ரிப்போர்ட் ஆயிருக்கு. ஸோ அதனால இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு அதை டைப் பண்ணோம் 43 டிவைடட் பை டோட்டல் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. டோட்டல் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி 450. அதை செலக்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். 450 அவ்வளவுதான். இப்போ இதுக்கு பேர் தான் என்னன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா டிபிஓ. இது ரொம்ப சுலபமான கேள்வி தான் நான் கேட்டது. நான் என்ன கேட்டேன்? டிஃபெக்ட்ஸ் பர் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி கேட்டேன். அப்போ ஃபார்முலா என்ன? அதுக்கு டிஃபெக்ட்ஸ் டிவைடட் பை ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. கொஸ்டின்லயே ஆன்சர் இருக்கு. 8 கால் பூச்சிக்கு எத்தனை கால்னு கேட்டா ரொம்ப யோசிக்க வேண்டியதில்லை. 8 கால்னு சட்டுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு போயிட வேண்டியது. அது மாதிரி டிஃபெக்ட்ஸ் பர் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி தான் என்னது? டிஃபெக்ட்ஸ் டிவைடட் பை டோட்டல் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. டிஃபெக்ட் நம்ம சொன்னாங்க நம்ம கம்பெனில 43 டிஃபெக்ட் வந்துச்சுன்னாங்க. 43 டிவைடட் பை டோட்டல் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி 450. அப்போ 0.0056. இப்போ எனக்கு அடுத்து என்ன வரணும்னா டிஃபெக்ட்ஸ் பர் மில்லியன் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. இதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணணும்? டிபிஎம்ஓ. 1 மில்லியன் எவ்வளோ? 10 lakhs. அப்போ ஒரு ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிக்கு இவ்வளோ டிஃபெக்ட் வருதுன்னா 10 மில்லியன் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிக்கு என்ன வரும்னா இன்டூ 10 lakhsக்கு இன்டூ 10 to the power of 6. எவ்வளோ வந்துச்சு டிபிஎம்ஓ?
95,555.
அவ்வளோதான் சார். ஸோ டிபிஎம்ஓ வந்து நம்ம ஈஸியாக கால்குலேட் பண்ணோம். என்ன கால்குலேஷன் புரிஞ்சுதா?
புரியுது சார்.
என்ன பண்ணோம் சொல்லுங்க பார்ப்போம். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நம்ம என்னெல்லாம் பண்ணோம் இதுல?
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வந்து சாம்பிள்ஸ் எடுக்கணும் சார். சாம்பிள்ஸ் வந்து ஒரு எவ்வளோன்னு பார்த்துக்கணும். அதுக்கு வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு 3 டிஃபெக்ட்ஸ் வருதுன்னா அதுக்கு அந்த சாம்பிளுக்கு வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா என்னென்ன செக்கிங் இருக்குன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு 3 இது செக் பண்றோம் சார். லென்த் டயாமீட்டர் செக் பண்றோம். ஸோ வந்து அந்த இதுக்கு வந்து 3 வந்து பாசிபிலிட்டி டிஃபெக்ட்ஸ் இருக்குது.
அதை நம்ம என்னன்னு சொல்றோம்? டிஃபெக்ட் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டின்றோம். ரைட். அதுக்கப்புறம் நம்ம மொத்தம் எடுத்த சாம்பிள் எத்தனை? 150. அப்ப இந்த 450ன்றது என்னது?
டோட்டல் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி இன்டு நம்பர் ஆஃப் சாம்பிள்.
அவ்வளவுதான். 450ன்றது டோட்டல் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. எப்படி கிடைச்சதுன்னா 150 சாம்பிள் இன்டு ஒரு சாம்பிள்லயும் 3 டிஃபெக்ட். அப்போ 450. அப்போ நமக்கு என்ன தேவைன்னா டிபிஎம்ஓ தேவை. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டிபிஓ கண்டுபிடிக்கிறோம். டிபிஓனா டிஃபெக்ட்ஸ் டிவைடட் பை ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. நம்ம வேணா இங்க போட்டு நம்ம வேணா இங்க கீழே கூட இங்க இன்ட்ரோடியூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். தப்பு கிடையாது. இன்சர்ட் டிஃபெக்ட்ஸ் எவ்வளவு நம்ம அஸ்யூம் பண்ணோம்? 43 டிஃபெக்ட் ரிப்போர்ட் ஆச்சு. செக் பண்ணது 150 ப்ராடக்ட். டிஃபெக்ட் ரிப்போர்ட் ஆனது 43. ஆனா ரிஜெக்ட் ஆன பீஸ் எத்தனை? ரிஜெக்ட் ஆன பீஸ் எத்தனைன்னு சொல்ல முடியுமா இப்ப?
இல்ல எதுவும் ரிஜெக்ட் ஆகலைங்க சார்.
ரிஜெக்ட் ஆனதை பத்தி இங்க தகவல் இல்ல. ஆனா 43 டிஃபெக்ட் வந்திருக்கு. அவ்வளவுதான் விஷயம். அதை நீங்க புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். பொதுவா எல்லாம் என்ன நினைச்சுக்குவாங்கன்னா டிஃபெக்ட்னு உடனே ரிஜெக்ட் ஆயிடுச்சுன்னு. ரீவொர்க் பண்ணுவாங்க, ஏதோ ஒன்று பண்ணுவாங்க, ரிஜெக்டும் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஆனா ரீவொர்க் பண்றதுக்கும் வாய்ப்பு இருக்கு டிஃபெக்ட்னாலே. சரியா? டிஃபெக்ட் பர் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி போட்டோம். டிஃபெக்ட்ஸ் டிவைடட் பை ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. அப்புறம் டிஃபெக்ட்ஸ் அதை 10 பவர் 6 மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணா டிபிஎம்ஓ. இதுதான், அவ்வளவுதான். இப்போ இன்னொரு சிச்சுவேஷன். இதே 150 பீஸ் செக் பண்றாங்க. இப்போ வந்து 150 பீஸ் செக் பண்ணி 19 பீஸ் ரிஜெக்ட் ஆயிடுச்சு. 19 பீஸ் என்ன ஆயிடுச்சு? ரிஜெக்ட் ஆயிடுச்சு. இது வந்து ரிஜெக்டட். ரிஜெக்ட் ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா என்ன எவ்வளவு வரும்? ரிஜெக்ட் ஆயிடுச்சுன்னு சொல்லும்போது நம்ம கால்குலேட் பண்ணுவோம் பாருங்க. ஒரு பீஸ் ரிஜெக்ட் ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா அதுக்கு பேர் வந்து டிஃபெக்டிவ்னு பேரு. இங்க வந்துருங்க. எத்தனை பீஸ் ரிஜெக்ட் ஆச்சு? 19. எவ்வளவு சாம்பிள் எடுத்தோம்? 150. என்ன காட்டுது? ஈல்டு வந்து 87%. டிபிஎம்ஓ எவ்வளவுன்னு காட்டுது?
1,26,000.
ஆமா, 1,26,660. அதுக்குண்டான சிக்மா லெவல் காட்டுது. சிக்மா லெவல் லாங் டேர்ம்ல எவ்வளோ, ஷார்ட் டேர்ம்ல எவ்வளோ. இதுக்கு பின்னாடி இருக்கிற கால்குலேஷன்லாம் நீங்க வந்து கொஞ்சம் என்னன்னு அட்வான்ஸ் பண்ணணும். அதெல்லாம் நாலேஜ் கேதர் பண்ணணும். புரிஞ்சுதா? இது ஜஸ்ட் ஒரு சிம்பிள் வந்து கால்குலேஷன் தான். இந்த கால்குலேஷன்ல நம்ம இது வந்து பேஸ் லைன் கால்குலேஷன். இதே மாதிரி நீங்க சிபிசிபிகே இதெல்லாம் வந்து கொஞ்சம் அட்வான்ஸ்டு கிரீன் பெல்ட் லெவல்ல டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணுவீங்க. நம்ம என்ன பண்ண போறோம்? அனலைஸ் ஃபேஸ். ஸ்லைட் தெரியுதா? என்னோட ஸ்லைடு உங்களுக்கு
தெரியுது சார்.
ஸோ அனலைஸ் ஃபேஸ்ல வந்து என்னெல்லாம் நடக்கும்? டோல்கேட் ரிவ்யூ, அனலைஸ் ஃபேஸ்ல நமக்கு இருக்க வேண்டிய ஸ்டெப்ஸ், டெலிவரபிள், அதில் இருக்கக்கூடிய டூல்ஸ். டோல்கேட் ரிவ்யூனா ஏற்கனவே சொல்லியிருக்கேன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஒரு ஃபேஸ் முடிஞ்ச உடனே கம்பெனியில் ஒரு மீட்டிங் நடக்கும். ஸோ மீட்டிங் அந்த ப்ராஜெக்ட் பற்றின சில கொஷின்ஸ் எல்லாம் கேட்பாங்க. இஃப் த ப்ராஜெக்ட் ஸ்பான்சர் அண்ட் சாம்பியன் அண்ட் கம்பெனியில் இருக்கக்கூடிய மற்ற ஹையர் அத்தாரிட்டிஸ் அவங்கெல்லாம் இஃப் தே ஆர் ஹாப்பி யூ கேன் மூவ் ஆன் டு த அனலைஸ் ஃபேஸ். ஸோ என்ன மாதிரி கேள்வி கேட்பாங்க? சோர்சஸ் ஆஃப் வேஸ்ட், ரிஸ்க், வேரியேஷன். இதை நீங்க ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணிட்டீங்களா? அதாவது ரூட் காசை கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டிங்களா? அப்புறம் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பொட்டன்ஷியல் எக்ஸ், கிரிட்டிக்கல் எக்ஸ். பொட்டன்ஷியல் எக்ஸ்னா என்னன்னா பொட்டன்ஷியல் ரூட் காஸ். கிரிட்டிக்கல் எக்ஸ்னா என்னன்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா அதுதான் கிரிட்டிக்கல் ரூட், அதுதான் ரூட் காஸ். ரூட் காஸ் ஒன்று இருக்கலாம், நிறையவும் இருக்கலாம். அதுக்கப்புறம் ரூட் காஸை வந்து வேலிடேட் பண்ணணும். வேலிடேட்னா என்னன்னா நம்ம வந்து ப்ரூவ் பண்ணணும், எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்டலாக ப்ரூவ் பண்ணணும். அதுக்கு பேர் தான் வேலிடேஷன். அதுக்கப்புறம் வேலிடேஷன் ஃபேக்டர்ஸ், வேலிடேட்டட் ஃபேக்டர்ஸ் சஃபிஷியண்டா. சஃபிஷியன்ட்னா என்னன்னா ரூட் காஸ் வந்து உங்களுக்கு எத்தனை, ஒன்னா இல்லை மெனியா. நிறைய இருந்துச்சுன்னா நீங்க வந்து அதுக்கேற்ற மாதிரி அதில் எது முக்கியம்னு கண்டுபிடிச்சி அதுக்கு நீங்க ஆக்ஷன் எடுக்கணும். அண்டு ஒன்னே ஒன்று இருந்ததுன்னா பிரச்சனை கிடையாது. அதுக்கப்புறம் எனி நியூ ரிஸ்க் ஏதாவது புதுசாக ஏதாவது ஃபார்ம் ஆயிருக்கு. ஏன்னா ப்ராசஸில் சேஞ்ச் பண்ணால் ரிஸ்க் வந்து சேஞ்ச் ஆகும். ஸோ ஸ்டெப்ஸ் என்னன்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா பாசிபிள் எக்ஸ், அதுக்கப்புறம் வந்து ஐடென்டிஃபை அண்ட் வேலிடேட் கிரிட்டிக்கல் ஃபேக்டர்ஸ், அதுக்கப்புறம் வந்து வெரிஃபை சஃபிஷியன்சி ஆஃப் த ஃபேக்டர். இதில் அல்டிமேட்லி நமக்கு வர வேண்டிய ரிசல்ட் என்னன்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா வேலிடேட்டட் ரூட் காசஸ் மாறிச்சு. ஓகே, வேலிடேட்டட் ரூட் காசஸ். இதில் இன்னும் நீங்கள் புரிஞ்சிக்க வேண்டியது என்னன்னா ஐடென்டிஃபை பொட்டன்ஷியல் causes or potential factors. Identify potential factors and validate critical factors. லைட்டாக மாற்றிட்டேன். இப்போ பார்த்தீங்கன்னா தெரியும் பாசிபிள் ஃபேக்டர்ஸ், அதுக்கப்புறம் பொட்டன்ஷியல் ஃபேக்டர்ஸ், அதுக்கப்புறம் கிரிட்டிக்கல் ஃபேக்டர்ஸ். மைண்டில் ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க. பாசிபிள், பொட்டன்ஷியல், கிரிட்டிக்கல். அதுக்கப்புறம் சஃபிஷியன்சி எல்லாம் வந்து கொஞ்சம் ஸ்டாட்டிஸ்டிக்ஸ். அண்ட் தென் டெலிவரபிள்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரூட் காஸ். இதெல்லாம் தான் டூல்ஸ். என்னென்ன டூல்ஸ் பார்க்குறீங்க? பிரைன் ஸ்டாமிங், ஒய்வே அனாலிசிஸ், காஸ் அண்ட் எஃபெக்ட் டயக்ராம். மீதி என்னெல்லாம் டூல்ஸ் இருக்கு படிங்க பார்ப்போம்.
Identification and validate critical factor, null and alternative hypothesis. Fifth one, type 1 and type 2 error. Sixth one, probability of signification, p value. Seventh one, test of mean. Eighth one, test of proportion.
அதுக்கப்புறம் லாஸ்டா பார்த்தீங்கன்னா வெரிஃபை.
Yes, verifying significance of factor. Ninth one, correct correlation analysis. 10th one, regression analysis.
இதெல்லாம் டூல்ஸ். இது வரைக்கும் வந்து கொஞ்சம் ஓரளவுக்கு பார்த்துருப்பீங்க. பட் இதெல்லாம் வந்து என்னன்னா எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்டல் டெக்னிக். இது எல்லாமே எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்டல் டெக்னிக். எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட் பண்ணி இதெல்லாம் வந்து டேட்டா ஜென்ரேட் பண்ணி அந்த டேட்டாவை நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம். ஸோ இதில் நம்ம மேபி இந்த காஸ் அண்ட் எஃபெக்ட் டயக்ராம் வந்து நம்ம இன்னைக்கு பார்க்கலாம். ஸோ இதுதான் வந்து பொதுவாக வந்து அனலைஸ் ஃபேஸில் நடக்கும். இதுதான் வந்து பொதுவாக அனலைஸ் ஃபேஸில் நடக்கும். இப்போ நம்ம 3 விதமான ஃபேக்டர்ஸ் பார்த்தோம். என்னென்ன பார்த்தோம் சொல்லுங்க? என்னென்ன பேர் சொன்னேன் ஃபேக்டர்ஸ்க்கு? பாசிபிள் ஃபேக்டர்,
பொட்டன்ஷியல் ஃபேக்டர்,
பாசிபிள் ஃபேக்டர், பொட்டன்ஷியல் ஃபேக்டர், அப்புறம் சொல்லுங்க. பாசிபிள் ஃபேக்டர், பொட்டன்ஷியல் ஃபேக்டர், அப்புறம் கிரிட்டிக்கல் ஃபேக்டர். இந்த கிரிட்டிக்கல் ஃபேக்டர்ன்றது தான் ரூட் காஸ். இதை கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது தான் அனலைஸ் பேஸ். இப்போ நீங்க போலீஸ் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்லாம் இன்வெஸ்டிகேஷன் பண்ணுவாங்க, பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? ஸோ இப்போ ஒரு கேஸ்னா இன்வெஸ்டிகேட் பண்ணும் பொழுது ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இனிஷியலாக போனோன்னா பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அவங்க வந்து மேக்சிமம் அங்கே எவ்வளோ பேர் மேலே சந்தேகப்பட முடியுமோ அவ்வளோ பேர் மேலே சந்தேகப்படுவாங்க. எடுத்தோடனே ஒரு சின்ன கேஸ் நடந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா அந்த கேஸ் நடந்த இடத்துல யார் யாரெல்லாம் இருந்தாங்க, யார் யாரெல்லாம் வந்து போனாங்க, ஒரு 50 பேர் அந்த இடத்துல இருந்தாங்கன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. எத்தனை 50 பேர் இருந்தாங்கன்னா 50 பேருமே வந்து அவங்கள பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் குற்றவாளிகள் தான். கரெக்டா? குற்றவாளிகள் இல்லை, தப்பு செஞ்சவங்க. அவங்களோட நம்பிக்கை என்னன்னா தப்பு செஞ்சவன் அந்த 50 பேர்ல தான் இருப்பான். ஏன்னா தப்பு நடந்த நேரத்தில் அவங்க தான் இருந்தாங்க அந்த இடத்துல. இதுக்கு பேர் தான் பாசிபிள் ஃபேக்டர். புரியுதா உங்களுக்கு நான் என்ன சொல்றேன்னு?
புரியுது.
இதுக்கு பேர் தான் பாசிபிள் ஃபேக்டர். இந்த 50 பேர் அந்த இடத்துல இருந்தாங்கன்னா 50 பேரையும் நம்ம தூக்கி லாக்அப்ல போட முடியுமா போலீஸ் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்?
இல்ல சார்,
முடியாது. என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க? அந்த 50ல இருந்து ஒரு 8ஓ 10ஓ ஃபில்டர் பண்ணுவாங்களா இல்லையா?
ஆமா சார்.
ஆமா, அந்த ஃபில்டர் பண்ற மெத்தட் தான் வந்து பொட்டன்ஷியல் ஃபேக்டர். ஃபில்டர் பண்ணிட்டாங்கன்னா அந்த 8ஓ 10ஓன்னு சொன்ன பாருங்க, அதுக்கு பேர் தான் பொட்டன்ஷியல் ஃபேக்டர். இந்த 8ஓ 10ஓ என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா இன்வெஸ்டிகேஷன் வந்து ஸ்டேஷன்ல நடக்கும். இன்வெஸ்டிகேஷன் happen in the station. அப்போ if they conduct investigation for the 8 or 10 people, then probably 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 might reveal the fact. Yes sir, I did the mistake. So those 2 or 3 factors are known as the culprits, the root causes. Correct? Critical factor நம்ம சொல்றோம். So critical factor நாலும் root cause நாலும் ஒண்ணுதான். I think we have one more participants. Vindra Kanai, இல்லையா? Hello, Vindra Kanai.
Good day, doctor. Good day.
Okay. So I think you are the one from abroad. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm sorry, I forgot which country you belong to.
From Trinidad, West Indies.
Trinidad. Okay. All right. So we are talking about the analyze phase today. How an investigation, how we should actually conduct our investigation so that we can arrive on root causes, so that we can arrive on critical factor. I was helping the people here understand the investigation process by comparing the investigation by a police department. So the first thing they will do is they will list out the possible list of culprits, always. They list out possible list of any crime happened, they'll make a list, right? Because they know what is the locality and what the what kind of problem it has happened. So they have some record. So they will be creating a list of some number of criminals. Let's say there are 50 people. So the list of 50 are known as possible factor. And once the list of possible is prepared, then they will be filtering it out of the 50. Maybe some preliminary investigation. That is quite easy job. The CCTV footage, some clue will be there always. Am I correct? Any problem, will there be some clue?
Yes, sir.
Right? Always there will be some clue. So based on the clue, the 50 will be narrowed down to, let's say, a list of 8 or 10, 8 to 10. Once you narrow down the list from 50 to 10, the list of 10 factors are known as, what is the name I told you just now? What is the name I told you?
Critical factors.
Potential factors or potential root causes. They are still, we are still not clear, but our suspect is now strong. Our suspect is now strong. So now for these 8 to 10 factors, a detailed investigation will be done. You know how the investigation will happen at the next level, isn't it? So then the fact will be understood. Yes, these 3 are the culprit. And the final list of 3 who are involved in the crime, they are known as the criminals, and they will be punished. So the first list set of 50 is known as possible. Then the second list of 8 to 10 is the potential. Then from the 8 to 10, the final list is just 3. These 3 are known as root causes. You can call it critical factors. Since there are 3, now which is a major influencer? The group leader. Definitely, if a crime is done by group of 3 people, will there be a group leader? Right? So yes, the major contributor, same manner. If you do have 3 factors, which is the major contributing factor? Which is the second one? So this information is this approach is very important towards problem solving, towards root cause identification. What we are doing here is root cause identification only. Validation we are going to talk here. We'll be talking only in the green belt program. All right. So now let us talk about a specific case, right? And for which, we will have a small brainstorming. So I'm typing a problem in the chat box. Can you read out, all of you, what is the problem?
Obesity.
Obesity. So all of us are familiar with the problem, right? I don't have to explain what is obesity. What is obesity? What is obesity?
I don't know, sir.
Okay, Ganesh, you may know, or Vindra Kana, you may know. What is obesity? Because always before brainstorming, one person should explain the problem. Then only brainstorming can be healthier, right? So Ganesh, can you explain what is obesity? We are not able to hear you. We are not able to hear you.
Yes.
Okay, Vindra, can you help?
Significant overweight for the human body.
Significant overweight in our body, right?
Overweight.
Very good. So all of you now, do you understand what is obesity? Overweight.
Yes, sir.
According to your height, certain weight is considered normal. If you are very much above the normal, then you are considered obese. Isn't it? So your organs will struggle to manage your weight. That's the situation called obesity. Now I think the problem is clear to all 3 of you, right?
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes.
what could be the possible factors here. We are only talking about possibility. What could be the list of possible factors? Imagine you are the doctor now. You are the medical doctor and you have a patient, right? You're one of your, you know, well-wisher. Now you are doing investigation. Tell me what all could be the factors here?
Fat, over fat.
Fat, yes. Over fat is definitely no, that is the excessive fat. That is what is called as obesity. But I'm asking why there is excess fat. Let me start. No, let me start. So no exercise.
Poor diet.
Okay, first point I have mentioned, no exercise. Now Vindra is saying poor diet. Poor diet means unhealthy foods. You're taking unhealthy foods. And can I say like excessive consumption of food or calories, right?
Yes, sir.
So taking unhealthy foods, junk foods, excessive consumption of foods, no exercise. What else? What else?
Problematic medications.
Oh, medications, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I have already mentioned one more point, stress level. Let's say you are taking some other medication and that has some side effect that leads to obesity. So medication. Then what else? Sometimes it should be no genetic issue,
Yes, sir.
right? So likewise, or actually this is not sufficient for brainstorming. You people have to participate very well. So far, I have typed only 5 or 6. These 5 or 6 are known as possible factors.
Factors.
Do you understand? The 5 or 6 are called possible factors.
Factors.
So this is what we normally try to identify in a fishbone analysis. Now all of you can see my slide, I believe, right?
Yes, sir.
So in fishbone analysis, we list the factors under different category. And here there are 6 categories: men, machine, material, method, measurement, and mother nature or environment. So now let me show you a slide where you can see the same problem, obesity. Generally, the problem obesity is the Y variable. We write this Y variable on the head of the fish. And then we will have categories. The bones, the sub bones are shown as category. Generally, it is 6M they use, like men, machine, material, method, mother nature, and things like that. But you can put any suitable category according to the problem you are solving, whichever is suitable. So right now, can you see too many factors? All of them are called possible
Factors.
All of you clear? What is possible factors?
Yes, sir.
Any one of these factor could have gone
Yes,
wrong.
sir.
Any one of these factor could have gone wrong. And that's why, it leads to obesity. Now, which is that factor? That is root cause. That I don't know. But now I have a list of factors. Like how police department will, what do you call? Will shortlist the list. If you are a police officer, right? And if there are 50 people you are suspecting, and will you put all the 50 under lockup and do the investigation?
No, sir.
So how will you filter out? How will you filter out from the 50? Can you tell me some approach?
Investigation, questions.
Questions, yes. Yes, very good. Some cross questions, and you might refer to the available evidences, isn't it? CCTV footage or whatever. So same manner, After brainstorming, you should also have another round of discussion. You should have another round of discussion. Now here the goal is to separate the potential factors from the possible list, right? So now this is another problem you see here. Now the problem is not obesity. Problem is related to delivery. An item is delivered late, or item is delivered damaged, or item is delivered in a wrong manner. Either product is or it is delivered to a wrong person. So all these reasons are here. Now what you need to do is you need to use a tool called impact control matrix. Tool called impact control matrix. This red color quadrant is nothing but high impact, high control matrix. High impact, high control matrix. Now tell me, let us consider this factor, this problem. The item is damaged. Let us not worry about all these things. Consider only damaged delivery. Tell me, out of so many factors, what are all the factors that could have, or which are the factors that could have caused delivery of a damaged item? Come on, tell me. Can the vehicle...
Man will do damage.
Where is man here? Personal. Okay. Now, under man, there are certain items.
And
is the
method of packing.
Oh, mishandling of products. So mishandling of products. And then the packing material. Do you think any other factors are responsible for damaging of the item?
Sir, packing method.
Packing method, where it is. Okay, packing method also wrong. Okay. So these are, that's it? Or do you want to include any other factor?
Sir, environmental.
Environmental. You mean due to rain also item will get damaged?
Yes.
Humidity also item will get damaged. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to include any other factor, or are you okay? You don't want to verify the remaining, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
How about vehicle? Vehicle is, you don't have doubt on the vehicle, right?
In vehicle also some damage will come.
Always please understand, your understanding on the problem, understanding of the situation is important. If you are very sure your vehicle is really, having a good area, good place to store the item, and the suspension and everything is good, then you may not doubt this. But if you are using a very old vehicle, which is not in a good condition, then you will doubt this also. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now, out of so many factors, I have listed, certain factors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So definitely these 6, I have high doubt. But as far as the damage is concerned, I don't think the labeling machine breakdown could be a problem. This I'm very sure. And faulty estimation of delivery. Okay, this is... So these are not the reasons. Definitely, how many? Some 6 factors. Now these 6 factors, one by one you have to think. Now tell me, wrong packing material. If I give a wrong packing material, what will be the impact? Will more product will get delivered in a damaged condition, or impact will be less? Tell me, impact will be?
Yes.
Impact will be high, isn't it? Impact will be high. So what is the number of this thing? Packing material, number 3. So I am putting number 3 here. This is high impact. Do you also have good control over the packing material? Will you be able to change the packing material? Can you change the supplier?
Yes.
No, sir. We add some cushioning material, packing material.
Yeah. No. Packing material currently used is wrong. And now you have to change the packing material. Will you be able to do it? Do you really have control over it? If you think, yes, you have good control over it, you can mark the 3 here. Similarly, like packing method is wrong. You realized. And now, if the packing method itself is wrong, obviously, no, it will lead to more damages. Will you be able to control it?
No.
Yes.
Yes, that is also coming
No
here.
control.
High impact, high control. But then heavy rain, you see here heavy rain. Heavy rain impact, yes. If your item is affected by rain, yes, the effect will be more only, right? But you need to understand, are you really taking the item, getting directly affected by rain? Or are you using a proper vehicle? You are using a proper vehicle, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So impact will be high or low? Come on,
Proper
tell me.
vehicle means impact is low, sir.
Yeah. Always it is depend on the understanding of the situation. Now the factor number is 5. The factor number is 5. And we believe that we are taking all the items in a truck only. So the impact is low. Can you see that, all of you? I am putting it here.
Yes.
But control, I can't really control the rain. That's the reason why low impact, low control. Similarly, humidity. What will be the impact of humidity?
The product will be some.
So low control and low impact.
That's all. So this is how you need to categorize your factors. Now, mishandling of products. Mishandling of products. Impact and control. Where should I put it? Mishandling of products, point number 4.
High impact.
High control, high impact.
So whatever factor that appear
High
in your
control.
high impact, high control matrix, they are called potential factors. All of you are with me? So
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
factor number 2, factor number 3, factor number 4. They are called potential factors. The list of everything is possible factors. Whatever appear in a high impact, high control is potential factor. Now for each of the potential factor, you have to verify. You have to verify. Is it really potential and really critical in our process currently? In our process currently, is it, for example, packing material. Packing material, you have a doubt. So how will you validate packing material is the reason for damage? Can you tell me? Suppose you need to validate packing material. Come on, tell me. Packing material is critical. It is appearing in high impact, high control, isn't it? Now you need to verify whether packing material, if I improve the packing material, can the damages come down? Right? So you can simply you can refer to the data. How many items are damaged? If some record is available, how many times the packing material is the reason? How many times the packing material is the reason? Right? And in case if data is not available, you can also use better packing material for next 1 month. Next 1 month, you can use a better packing material and you can see how many cases are reported about the damage of the item. Till you are using, the old packing material, regularly there will be some damaged cases. Am I correct or not? Because customers' complaint will be coming.
Yes, sir.
Let us say 5% of the orders are always, approximately 5% of the orders, the report is damaged. But now you have purposely arrested the, packing material issue. And now you will see the customer complaints going down from 5% to maybe 2% or 1%. Now my only doubt is the drop in the percentage of the damage write-up. Is it really due to the packaging material? So there are some tools available. You remember I told you a tool called p-value, right? A tool called p-value. We can make use of the tool to validate whether the drop in the percentage of damage write-down is really due to the packing material or not. That is an experimental technique. Experimental technique means for about 1 month, we have purposely used a better packing material. The new packing material versus old packing material. We are studying. So that is called actually hypothesis testing. So that's a little high-end tool. You will be mastering it in the advanced program. Once the basics are clear, then you can proceed with the hypothesis testing, conducting hypothesis testing. Then by looking at the data, you can easily confirm. And at the yellow belt level, what you need to understand is the difference in your result should be significant. The difference in your result must be significant. When I say a word significant, it means the difference is statistically significant. The difference should be statistically significant. And there is another equivalent word called mathematical difference. Mathematical difference is one thing, statistical difference is one thing. We are really interested in finding out the statistical difference, whether the statistical difference is significant. Mathematical difference means one time there will be difference, but next time there will not be any difference. But statistical difference means every time you check, there will be a difference. Do you understand what I'm telling?
Yes, sir.
Right? It is something like, doing a study on about a particular factor. Let us say you have a son or a daughter studying, mathematics. So your son or daughter normally scores 60% in the mathematics, around 60%. And so you wanted to improve your child's performance in the mathematics. Now you are appointing a tuition teacher. Now tuition teacher is appointed. So till the tuition teacher is appointed, the mark scored by your child is 60%. Let us say 60%. But after appointing a teacher, after 1 month, an exam is conducted. Now your child scored 62%. What is the difference in the mark? So far 60%, but now 62%. So
2%
yeah, 2% difference. Are you sure this increase in the 2% is due to the appointment of the tuition teacher? Or do you have any doubt? It could have been due to teacher. It could have been due to teacher. It could have been without any reason also. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Maybe some other reason. Let's say the exam would have been easier. Do you understand now the benefit of doubt? Suppose sometimes,
Yes,
let's say, imagine you are writing an exam and you are just writing, for multiple choice question, hinky panky, you are putting some, like hinky panky game, and then you are putting, some option. But at the end of the exam, you got a very good mark, pass mark. Possible or not?
it's possible, depending on the exam.
You're not studied, and simply you are putting, some pattern of answers, B, C, D, and frequently. And then luckily you got pass mark. What I'm trying to educate here is there is a possibility for everything to happen. And also, whatever you see in your data may also not be true. Possible or not? May also not be true. Whatever you have seen in your data could have happened for no reason. Am I correct? Whatever you observe in your data could have happened for no reason. So in order to test whether what we observe in our data, is it really due to a random chance or is it due to the factor we are studying? Really due to a random chance or a factor we are studying. Whenever you wanted to gain a confidence, really understand about a difference, you must try to use statistics and not individual observation. All of you, do you understand my language? You must use statistics and not individual observation. What is the difference between statistics and individual observation? Can you tell me? One of you. What's the difference between statistics and individual observation? Individual observation means I did the experiment just once. Whatever I found, that is the observation, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, statistics is a more robust
Yeah,
mathematical
more
method based on
robust.
large data sets.
Exactly. If you repeat the experiment several times, let's say 10 times, then you will have 10 observation. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Once you have 10 data point, you can calculate statistics. Let us say you are calculating average. All of you, do you know what is average of 10 observation? Average of 10 observation. Come on.
Some divided by the 10 observation.
Sum divided by the 10 is the average. Now, instead of comparing an individual observation with the reference value, compare the average with the reference value. Now, this is called a statistical difference. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
The previous case, it is a difference. That's all. Difference between two numbers. That is mathematics. But now we are not for just interested in finding out difference between two numbers. Rather, we are finding out the difference between our statistics and a reference. Ask your student to write the exam 3-4 times. Ask your student to write the exam 3-4 times and calculate the average and see whether the mark is really 2% extra. Do you get my point? The approach is better now. Am I right?
Sir.
Your statistics going above a reference value. Your statistics going above reference value, not just reference value, moving away from the reference value significantly, moving away from the reference value significantly cannot happen without a valid reason. You need to understand. Say, for example, between any two countries which are in the neighborhood, there will be a borderline. Am I right? Between any two country, will there be a borderline? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like India, Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka, right? No? India, Bangladesh. Definitely there will be a borderline. You can't say you crossed the borderline by mistake. Will you be able to say? You
No.
can't. We never say, isn't it? So always, if one has to cross the borderline, we will take a proper approval, like passport, visa, and then with all the document only we go. Same will be the understanding. If your statistics itself is going beyond a specific value, that is really objectionable, significant. So this is a technique we normally used to validate a factor we are studying, right? So that you will be learning in depth in the green belt training program, right? So in analysis, what is that we discussed so far in analyzing a problem for the root cause?
Possible causes, potential causes, critical factors.
Possible factors, potential factors, and then finally critical factors. The other name of the critical factors is root cause.
Root cause.
And critical factor, if you want to validate, then you must compare the statistics and not the individual observation. You must compare the statistics and not the individual observation. One of the statistics I told right now is average. Can people here, can you tell me some other statistics which I can use, or in general, what are the other statistics? Anything you calculate is a statistics, isn't it? You calculate average,
Standard deviation.
Proportion, average, standard deviation, proportion. What are the other statistics you can calculate? Variance, range, quartile, median. All these things are statistics. Please note. See, people can mislead you, but data cannot. Data can mislead you, but statistics cannot. Statistics can mislead you, but there is another tool called p-value. So the tool p-value, what is that I'm saying? The tool name? P-value. The tool name is p-value. It is nothing but a type of probability. It is nothing but a type of probability. We call it probability of significance. What is the name of the tool p-value? Probability of significance. That will tell you whether your data is trying to, your statistics is trying to mislead you or not. If the data can mislead while taking decision, what is the chance for it? What is the chance for your decision to go wrong? You will be able to understand by making use of this tool. Whenever if this probability is less than 5%, whenever this probability is less than 5%, you can believe statistics. Do you understand what I spoke right now? Can one of you summarize what I told right now? Come on. People can give misleading information, right? Possible or not?
Sir.
Yes, people can
Possible.
mislead. Data
Yeah.
can mislead.
Yeah, but not data, right? But at the second level, data can give misleading information, but not statistics. Is the second statement acceptable? First statement, which is better? Data is better. No, second statement says statistics is better. All of you understand? Now,
Yes, sir.
statistics.
Yes.
Statistics, can be verified for its significance using a tool known as p-value. Statistics can be verified for its significance using a tool known as p-value, universally followed. Whenever p-value is less than 5%, your statistics is, your statistics is significant, or the difference in statistics. The difference in the statistics is significant. So I don't want you to master this at this yellow belt level, because it is not the job of a yellow belt. It is not your job. definitely the analyzing team, the team where a green belt or a black belt will be leading the analysis task. So you need to master these things so that you can also uh, analyze the data and then make meaningful interpretation. So statistics is a science. All of us need to understand. Statistics is a science of collecting data. You must collect correctly, right? Of collecting data, tabulating the data. You should tabulate it in a proper manner, and then you should, visualize the data with the graphs, and then you should be able to analyze the data, and then you should be able to summarize the data, and then you should be able to interpret the summary. Tell me, what are the words I used? Statistics is a science of, what is the first point? Data collection. Collect the data, then tabulate the data. Then what's the third one I said? Visualize. Right? You can visualize in the form of Pareto, in the form of some graph. After visualizing, yeah, histogram and all those things. So after visualizing, you should analyze. After analyzing, summarize. Write a summary. And then once the summary is ready, you should be able to interpret. Interpret what it actually means in real life. My average is, let's say, your 3 months sugar average. All of you, do you know a metric that can talk about our 3 months blood sugar average? I don't remember. I think HB1AC. Am I right?
HbA1c blood test.
Come again. HB1.
HbA1c. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
HbA1c. Okay. HbA1c, not 1AC, right? HbA1c. So what is the normal value of HbA1c? Any idea? Less than? What is the normal value? Any idea?
It's less than 5 or less than 6, something like
Okay. Let us say less than 5. Less than 5. So less than 5 is normal. And now this 3 months sugar average reading is taken for someone, HbA1c. And the reading is found to be 6.8. What is the difference you are seeing? What is the difference you are seeing? Now reference is 5.
1.8.
1.8. Now, as a doctor, he has to now take a decision whether the person has become diabetic or not. Now tell me, has he become diabetic or not?
Yes, sir.
Declared diabetic. Patient is declared diabetic. He should be on medicines. How doctor is confidently taking the decision? Because the HbA1c is not a single observation. You might think that it is one reading, isn't it? Is it one reading or average? It is an average.
It's average.
The average shifting above the reference, above the normal range, cannot happen for all people. The chance of your average going above 5 is very, very less. Do you understand? Is very, very less. That is why we always, when we are using a statistics, we check a tool called p-value. What is that we check? A tool called p-value.
P-value.
If the p-value is less, and there is a difference, in your statistics, it is significant. This knowledge is very, very important. This is going to differentiate you from an average professional. What is that I have written in the chat box? P-value is less. and there is a difference in the statistics, then the difference is significant. So definitely it is a tough task to understand this concept. But if you have understood to a certain extent, you should be really proud of your understanding. So testing the significance and studying the relationship, correlation regression, and hypothesis testing, you will be learning the next level of program. So any question anybody would like to ask? Any question anybody would like to ask?
No, sir.
None at this time, so thanks.
All right. So I will just show you the important task we will be doing in the improve and control phase. All right. Yeah. So please confirm, can you see my improve phase slide in the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now your goal, first of all, as an yellow belt, as a project team, your goal now is to talk about solution, Now the case is confirmed. The person is diabetic. Now what can be a solution? And you have done the fishbone analysis. You have verified certain factors. Like, for example, whether the person's diet is wrong, or he is not at all exercising, or is it he is not sleeping, or is he taking any medication which can influence this problem. So in all this aspect, you have done the analysis. You realized that certain factors are ruled out. No medication, he is not on any medicine. Now no medication, and he's sleeping every day 8 to 10 hours. So no problem with the sleep. And only problem is exercising, and another one is diet. So what are the two factors now? What are the two factors? One is
Exercise.
Exercising.
Another one is diet.
Diet.
And now, it is a well, in fact, all these factors are well proven factors only. Even if you study for any specific individual, yes, every time an individual is, changing the diet, yes, that will affect, the metabolism, and then that will affect the sugar level, obviously. So the validation is also done. And now, as a doctor, you will be coming out with a proper diet plan. The diet plan, in the sense, it should give the needed vitamins, minerals. At the same time, the calories is very important, isn't it? So how much calorie one can consume, particularly that particular individual can consume. So as a dietitian might be giving a balanced diet plan. And now the combination of the diet that has been suggested, and similarly the exercise. So one is diet, the other one is exercising. So the doctor is telling you what to eat in the morning breakfast, and what should be your lunch, and what should be your dinner, and then how your daily routine should be, and then your exercising duration, like walking and some running and all those things doctor is suggesting. So that means this is called solution. This is called solution. The two factors which are proved to be as the root causes were now, optimized. The factor should be only this much. The second factor should be only this much. There are two factors. And this is called, solution generation. This is called solution generation. And that is what you are seeing in my slide also. So again, some toll gate review, steps and deliverable, again some tools, so that you can also develop a solution to any problem in your workplace related to quality, related to productivity, and related to cycle time or cost. So how did the team generated a list of solution? What is the logic? And what tools were used to encourage the creativity and out-of-box thinking of the team? What tools were used to evaluate the potential solution? What lessons learned from the piloting? And how does the solution remove the key source of variation discovered in the analyze phase? So all of you, do you understand the purpose of analyze phase? Sorry, purpose of improve phase now by going through the question?
Yes, sir.
So anything you want to ask, please, you need to interact. Then only I'll be able to. Then the first task, generate and then evaluate solution. Generate solution. But when I say generate solution, first of all, we must have an idea about the problem. We must have the idea about the current level, which is baseline. Then we should also have a clarity on the root cause. And we should also have some, clear evidence on the root cause. And one step above, the relationship of the root cause. Two step further is sufficiency of the root cause. You remember the very first class I spoke about all those things. Root cause identification. Number 2, root cause validation. And number 3, root cause relationship. And number 4, root cause sufficiency. All of you, do you remember these words?
Yes, sir.
So root cause identification, can you tell me one tool that can talk about root cause identification?
Brainstorming.
Very good. Today also we discussed brainstorming, cause and effect diagram or fishbone diagram.
Oh, yeah.
Now, root cause validation. Can you tell me one tool that can help you validate the root cause? Today we spoke.
P-value.
Very good. Definitely. Very fantastic. P-value, right? So, but you have to really master the P-value. I have only just introduced P-value today, the purpose. Then root cause relationship. Can you tell me a tool that can help us with the root cause relationship? Correlation and regression analysis. What is that? Correlation and regression analysis. The correlation regression analysis will tell you whether the root cause has a positive relationship with your y variable or negative relationship with the y variable. That will also tell you whether a linear relationship exists or a non-linear relationship exists. Then finally, sufficiency. There is a tool called R square. I'll put it in the chat box. There is a tool called like p-value. There is a tool called R square. Hope all of you can see the R square in the chat box. Right? If R square is more than 80%, the root causes are sufficient. You don't have to search further causes. You don't have to brainstorm again. You don't have to conduct the cause and effect analysis again. Simply because R square is more than 80%. Let's say your R square is equal to 33%. Suppose if R square equal to 33%, what does it mean? The number of root causes you are using, or you are trying to fix are not going to solve the problem fully. What do you understand? Because the R square is only 33%. It is only solve a portion of the problem, not everything. So if you wanted to really fix a problem completely, then your R square must be more than 80%. All of you understand?
Yes, sir.
Imagine you have to correct your diet and you are agreeing to change your breakfast. You are agreeing to change your breakfast, but you are very adamant on lunch and dinner. You don't want to adapt to the normal lunch, change from the normal lunch and dinner. But you are okay with changing your breakfast. Now tell me, is this solution enough? Is this solution enough? Only a small improvement you will see, but still problem will continue, isn't it? Same manner,
Correct.
whenever you implement a solution, assuming 2-3 factors as root causes. For all those, if you frame a mathematical equation involving all the 3 root causes, the mathematical equation is called regression equation. The mathematical equation is called regression equation. Every time you frame a regression equation, R square will be generated. That R square must be more than 80%. Otherwise, your assumption, the basic assumption itself is wrong. Right? If it is more than 80%, your assumptions are good. If you take actions, that will yield the expected results. So all these things, should be in your background, particularly when you are dealing with a complex issue that requires data analysis, right? So first step in improve phase, generate and evaluate solution, then select an optimized solution, then finally pilot the solution, implement the solution, validate the solution. Finally, the deliverable is solution ready for implementation. That is the deliverable. In fact, you can implement your solution also. So these are all the tools you need to really understand and master. Generate and evaluate solution, benchmarking, creative thinking, nominal proof technique. These are all different types of brainstorming, nothing else. Multi-voting, right? And design of experiments, real-time experimentation, simulation, like, you can use some software programming to run the experiment for you, piloting, and then full-scale implementation, failure mode and effect analysis. Of course, the risk level should also be monitored, right? So this is what normally happens in a improve phase. All of you, do you understand what happens in the improve phase?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So again, post-improvement. Is this solution really produced a significant result? Again, whenever you use the word significant hereafter, don't forget, the p-value too. That is very important. So every time you are using a statistics to either to validate the root cause or to validate the solution, you must use the tool p-value. So I'm going to show you the control phase. So please confirm, can you see my slide having the heading control?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So here, again, toolkit review, certain questions you should be able to answer. Control phase steps and deliverables. And then control phase tools. Is there a control plan? You remember, whenever a doctor is discharging a patient, he will give a separate additional counseling at the time of discharging a patient. Am I right? And he will also mention all those things, in the prescription sheet itself. How to, how many days he should be on the medicines, then what kind of food he should eat, what kind of daily routine. Why this advice is given to the patient by the doctor? Can you tell me? Come on, we are going to close in another few minutes. So why the doctor is giving the advice? Is the doctor wants to see the patient again and again in the same hospital?
No, the doctor wants to maintain the solution and
Yeah, he really
maintain
wanted
control of
to,
the problem.
he really wanted to sustain the solution because the patient has significantly improved. He has significantly recovered from illness, and doctor really wants the particular person to sustain the health. So for that purpose only, he is giving, some hint. That is called a control plan. So why the doctor is giving? Because he has seen several such cases. He has the experience. Similarly, when you have worked on a project, you must have, learned certain things from your, the failure. Can you make it as a control plan and pass it to the process owner? That's important. Then how will input, process, and output variables be checked? Hereafter, what should be the checkpoint? Like, hereafter when you get severe headache, then immediately call me. So doctor will tell, because he knows certain signals can be signals for major problem. So similarly, what kind of input and output variables can indicate suboptimal conditions? How will a new customer requirement? Suppose customer himself changes the requirement. Is your process really has a mechanism to capture it and then modify your process, right? Are control charts being used? If not, why? Because control charts, very, very powerful tool. They are called, one of the quality control tools, 7 basic QC tool. So if control charts are not used in any, process, critical process, definitely there could be a question. So what key input and output are being measured? So these are the questions one should be, the project team should be able to answer. Implement the control system for critical X, then document the solution and also the benefits. Finally, hand over the process back to the process owner. And then you can officially close the project, celebrate the success, and then you can work on new project. So implementing the control system, because right now, there are 3 root causes. So hereafter, the focus will be on those 3 root causes. Separate control charts for every root cause. That's a control plan. And how the data must be collected. Sampling sample size, sampling frequency, right? And what kind of, how the control chart should ideally look like. And in a problematic situation, how the control chart will look like. All this information, if you can pass it to the process owner, that is called control plan, control system. And then document the solution, document the benefit. Because documenting the solution becomes, a lesson for the future generation. And it will be a lessons learned document. And sometimes you can deploy the solution in other departments. For that purpose, documentation is important. And you should also document the benefits. The benefits must be documented for 1 year benefit. 1 year monetary benefit must be documented, right? And then you hand over the process back to the process owner, announce the project closure, and of course, some celebration and some rewards will be paid to the project team. Because that's also very important to spread the continuous improvement culture. So the main deliverable is control plan. These are all the tools. Control chart. You need to master. There are 7 control charts. At least the famous one is X bar R chart, control chart test, control plan, Poka-yoke, a lean tool called mistake proofing, right? And then document the solution, lessons learned, cost benefit analysis, and project handover and project closure document. So all these things, if done, then the sustaining the solution will become much easier, much easier. So any specific question anybody would like to ask? Any question?
No, sir. No, sir.
A question, sir.
Yes, please.
You could just go over what was the difference between the p-value and the r squared. I know they say for the p-value was for statistical significance, and I believe the r squared was for root cause sufficiency.
Very good, correct. Root cause sufficiency, R square, and significance of the factor is p-value.
Right. Okay, thanks.
Good understanding, but then there are some basics which I know generally it is not discussed at the low level, but however, I wanted to introduce these two things with you so that you can at least develop your knowledge from here. And we will be discussing the basics in the Green Belt program. So
Thank you, sir.
yeah. So that's it from me. All the participants, hope you all had some good learning with me in the program so far. So hope all of you have my channel, am I right? YouTube channel.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Maybe I will share a few videos in our group to further enrich your understanding on the Six Sigma. So here we complete our learning for the yellow belt. So as I already informed, we have a Six Sigma Green Belt batch commencing coming Saturday. If some of you are planning and you wanted to upgrade, please contact the team. You might be in contact with Priya madam and you can contact her so that she can help you join the Green Belt program. And Friday is the induction and Saturday is the batch commencing. So 2 weekend, 2 Saturday, Sunday, there will be very, very intensive learning. In my opinion, having gained some basic knowledge here in the platform will definitely, boost your performance and learning productivity in the Green Belt program. So those interested, please go for it. And as far as the yellow belt is concerned, so we will be issuing all of you a certificate from our side. So that will clearly state about your participation in the yellow belt training program, the yellow belt modules you have learned, and all those things. However, if you wanted to take an examination on yellow belt, right? And then there'll be one more certificate, which will actually be an evidence for your yellow belt knowledge, right? And there is a small cost associated for that. In Indian rupees, it is 590, and that too is valid only for you people, and otherwise it is 2,360. That's our normal practice. So those of you who are planning, and the link will be sent to all of you, and you can make use of it, and that will be sent only for you people, and that offer will also be valid only today and tomorrow, right? So wish you all the very best. And if you are planning for the upgradation of the knowledge, and for that also Saturday is the batch commencing date. So don't postpone your learning. If not from me, somewhere, please continue learning this Six Sigma methodology and tools and technique. Definitely, it will make a difference in your career, right? And whatever you are spending here in the form of time, effort, or even money, that will definitely pay you back without any doubt. So wish you all the very best. So any questions?